Married celebrity couples who don't live together. Gwyneth Paltrow and Brad Falchuk. Gwyneth Paltrow took a year to officially move in with her husband, Brad Falchuk, and there's a method to their madness. According to a Sunday Times profile, they maintain a unique schedule. Falchuk spends 3 nights at his place and 4 at Paltrow's, a strategy given the green light by their intimacy teacher to keep things exciting. Paltrow shared on Jimmy Kimmel that their decision also had a family-oriented twist. With 4 teenage kids between them, they wanted to be cautious and give the youngsters space to adjust. Surprisingly, Paltrow revealed that her married friends find their living arrangement envy-inducing, considering it an ideal setup they wouldn't change. Travis Barker and Kourtney Kardashian. On the Not Skinny But Not Fat podcast in October 2022, Kardashian spilled the beans about life with her Blink-182 drummer hubby. They're in the process of blending their households and sorting out the whole family dynamic. Every Sunday night, they gather the kids for a big family dinner at his place. Although they still have their own houses, Kardashian assured that a shared home is on the horizon. They're keen on making their kids feel at ease since they've grown up in their own spaces. Right now, they're just a block away from each other, but a joint home is definitely in the cards. Claire Danes and Hugh Dancy. Claire Danes and her husband faced a long-distance challenge when she was filming Homeland in North Carolina while he worked in New York. Danes shared in an interview that initially, their schedules were perfectly in sync during the early days of their relationship. However, luck took a turn, and they found themselves dealing with the distance. Despite the separation, they maintained a strong connection through frequent talks, texts, and even sending silly photos of their toes. The good news came when Hugh Dancy joined the Homeland cast in Season 6, bringing them back together in New York. Ashley Graham and Justin Irvin. The couple, now happily living together with their 3 sons, didn't always share the same address during their relationship that started in 2010. In 2016, Lauren Graham spilled the beans to Entertainment Tonight that she resided in New York while her husband was in Los Angeles. To make the long distance work, they had a golden rule: no more than 2 weeks without seeing each other. Graham expressed her love for this arrangement, finding it absolutely fabulous. Their meetups weren't limited to just one city. They added a touch of glamour by rendezvousing in places like Los Angeles, New York, Paris, and Miami, making their relationship pretty sexy. Nico Tarella and Bethany Mayers. In March 2018, Tarella and Mayers tied the knot, but their idea of marriage didn't include living under the same roof. Despite owning a house in upstate New York, the younger star shared with People in May 2019 that cohabitation wasn't their thing. Instead, they opted for a weekly rendezvous, maintaining their connection through constant FaceTime sessions every day. So, even though they officially said "I do," their living situation stayed uniquely non-traditional, with their bond thriving through regular meetups and virtual togetherness. Helena Bonham Carter and Tim Burton. Bonham Carter and Burton, who were a couple from 2001 to December 2014 with 2 kids, chose a quirky living setup in London. In a chat with The Times in November 2019, Bonham Carter spilled the beans on their neighboring houses. Her cottage lacked space for the kids, so Burton's place became the family home. In this offbeat arrangement, she kept her bedroom and kitchen in her cottage. With a playful wish for Mr. Right next door, Bonham Carter transformed the adjoining homes into a practical and somewhat dreamy family haven, adding a touch of whimsy to their unconventional domestic tale. Rachel Lindsay and Brian Abasolo. Having met and wed on The Bachelorette in 2017, Lindsay spilled the beans in October 2020 about their unique long-distance marriage. Despite the love, their careers kept them apart, with Lindsay explaining on her husband's podcast that she didn't move to Los Angeles just for the city vibes. He's busy building his Miami practice, while she's working away in Los Angeles. However, it's all part of a plan. They have a timeline, a clear direction, and a shared vision for their future as Abasolos. Their love story, fueled by career ambitions, involves a deliberate journey toward uniting despite the physical distance.